If you're using Lightroom to manage your images, we should take a moment to see how easy it is to import them and then open them into Photoshop. If you're not using Lightroom, then you can go ahead and skip this video. So if you're working with the exercise files, first you'll want to download them, and then in the upper left, we'll click on this icon and choose to add photos. Then we'll want to navigate to the exercise files. I just downloaded them to my desktop, and then I'll select the first folder. And while I could import each folder individually, I'm going to just hold down the Shift key and then select the last folder and choose Review for Import. Now, in order to make it easier to find these images later, under the Add to Album, I'm going to select New, and I'll just call this Photoshop Exercise Files. I'll create that album and then add all of these images. Now, currently, we can quickly find them by using the recently added area, but eventually, over time, that might disappear. So we can just scroll down and we can see all of the added images in the exercise files album. Now, in order to open any of these images in Photoshop, you just need to select them. And then from the File menu, you can choose to edit in Photoshop or use the keyboard shortcut Command-Shift-E on Mac or Control-Shift-E on Windows. That will go ahead and apply any of the edits made in the edit stack to your raw files and open them in Photoshop. Or if you've got a layered PSD file as an exercise file, it will open it up as layers. All right, for now, I'll go ahead and close this, and I want to return to Lightroom for one moment. So it's going to take a few minutes to upload all of those images to the cloud, and I can see a status of that if I just click on the cloud icon here. Once those files have all uploaded, though, there's an easy way to access those files from within Photoshop, and that's by using the home screen. By default, it's set to Home, but I'm going to switch that to Lightroom Photos. Then I'll use the refresh button over here to refresh the home screen. And we can see those recently added images start to appear here. And if I scroll down, we can see the Photoshop exercise files album. I can click on that and we can scroll through and see all of the contents. All right, in order to open one of these images, all I need to do is click on it and then choose to import selected, and Photoshop will download that image from the cloud and open it into Photoshop. Excellent. One note before we wrap up. If you're working with your own images, you are going to want to take advantage of the features in the edit panel in Lightroom, such as the light and the color panels, in order to make your images look their best before you open them into Photoshop. If you're following along using the exercise files provided with the course, well, then we'll just simply open the files into Photoshop and start working.